Hey, this is sort of interesting. Scottish politician Patrick Harvie sort of went after Scotland's First Minister John Swinney. Swinney just like issued a generic congratulation to Donald Trump. Oh, Trump won. Congratulations to the president-elect. And Patrick Harvie was just sort of like, wait a second, like criminal? What? You're congratulating him? This was a very, very interesting clip from Scottish Parliament.
Yesterday, the First Minister offered congratulations to the convicted felon Donald Trump on his re-election.
Yes.
Writing officially on behalf of the Scottish Government, he wrote that he is sure Scotland's cultural and social ties with the US will flourish during the presidency of a misogynist, a climate denier, a fraudster, a conspiracy monger, a racist, a far-right politician who tried to overturn an election result both covertly and by inciting violence. Words fail me. What social and cultural ties does the First Minister really think will benefit from a relationship with such a man? And more importantly, what has the First Minister done so far to reach out to the marginalised and vulnerable people whose lives are most directly threatened by a second Trump term?
First Minister.
Presiding Officer, I have a duty as First Minister of Scotland to engage with other governments and to represent the people of Scotland.
So the argument he makes is, we're going to have to deal with Trump. Why wouldn't I congratulate him?
In that process. And as part of that duty, I wrote the letter in question that Mr Harvie cites. I think there are deep cultural, social and economic ties between Scotland and the United States of America. I think they're important. They're important for employment in our economy. They're important.
All right. So he's essentially making the argument that, listen, we are connected economically. We have to sort of play nice. There is we have to recall what things were like when Trump was president the first time around. And I know sometimes we just forget it, and it's important not to forget it. When Trump was president the first time around, you may have forgotten, the U.S. was increasingly excluded from serious conversations that our global allies were participating in. When Trump said, you know, climate change, it's a scam from China or whatever, and the U.S. is out of the Paris Climate Agreement, increasingly on questions of climate, our Western liberal allies just didn't include the United States. Now, you might say, well, I'm glad. Screw them. I didn't like the Paris Climate Agreement. It's about economics. So much of what is going to be the green revolution. And you know what? If you love oil, you can stick it out for a while longer. There's no question. But ultimately, this transition is happening to green energy. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to happen. Economically, if we're the one Western liberal democracy that is looked at and said that the guy in the White House doesn't even acknowledge this is happening, they don't want anything to do with this, not only will we lose out on the climate mitigation, which maybe some of our MAGA friends don't care about, we will also lose out on the economic benefits that this transition is going to bring. And those benefits are significant. So I am as curious as anybody else to see, do we see more of this? Why are we even talking to this Trump administration? It's a joke on every issue. I genuinely, as I said on Wednesday, I'm not going out and saying it was fraud and let's do a riot, because I'm not like them. That's what they did when they lost. We lost. I'm not going to do that. I'm not kidding when I say I want the country to do well. I want the country to do well so that it benefits the people. We've had some big ups in the stock market over the last few days, and a lot of people are saying, oh, it's because of Trump. I think more than likely it's because of the reduced uncertainty. And I know statistically that the stock market does better under Democratic presidents than Republican presidents. But I hope the stock market does bolster the retirement accounts of people while Trump is president. I hope all those things. I hope unemployment's low and inflation remains low, et cetera. But we also have to remember that having Trump in the Oval Office has global consequences. And this little speech here, this exchange from Scottish Parliament reminds us not everybody is necessarily going to say, we love the idea of dealing with another Trump administration. Well, I wrote a book
After a long journey and a ton of work, I am really thrilled with how it turned out, and I hope you'll read it. The book is called The Echo Machine, and in a nutshell, it looks at how American politics got so broken, who has already figured out solutions, and how we can try to fix it and stop the terror of Trump for the next 4 years. With Trump winning this election, The Echo Machine couldn't be more relevant, not only a warning about how we got here, but also about what might be coming and how to prevent the worst outcomes. We've got to stay engaged. We need a plan, and that's what the book is about. There's a belief out there that unless you have corporate media behind you, you can't have a successful political book launch, that it's not possible. I think we can prove that wrong. Order The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, anywhere that books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. You can also call any local bookstore and say, please order me The Echo Machine by David Pakman. Wherever you get the book, you'll get the free pre-order perks, including the signed book plate. Head to davidpakman.com/free book stuff after ordering.